Welcome to B-Flicks, your gateway to inspiring stories and meaningful conversations. Dive into a world of creativity and growth with our collection of short films, real-life documentaries, and engaging podcast episodes. Whether you're looking for personal inspiration, entertainment, or a deeper understanding of life's journeys, B-Flicks has something for everyone. Visit our website at www.bflix.co.za to explore our content library and subscribe for more updates. You can also connect with us on Facebook at B-Flicks Live. Start your adventure with B-Flicks, where stories come to life. Welcome back. It's another episode with myself, Brian, on the Regen Show, short for Regeneration. For those that are here for the first time, welcome. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the videos that we weekly try to keep up with, because people are broken out there. And today, I have somebody special in my life on my show. Somebody that we have interviewed before when the Regen Show was still a breakfast show on my online radio. And she was just amazing. Quickly check this video.
It's been a rough road. For those that don't know, I spent 12 months of my life in Sun City prison for women. And I must say that was an eye-opener of note. So many people are fascinated about die hoekom. Geen mense wil altyd weet hoekom het jy daar beland, but I feel it's not important as to why. The importance is how I've grown from there. There's a quote that I love by that says, life is 10% of what happens to you. And 90% of how you react to it. So as ek gaan react en bly kwaad is vir almal, then that's going to be my lifestyle.
Samantha Carelse, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us. You are so busy.
Yes.
Are you all right?
Brian, it's actually such an amazing honor to be here. I know we've made a promise. Ons gaan mekaar sien.
Yes, definitely.
And it's been weeks and weeks of coming. But yeah, I said to myself, it's important to me to be here, as I value what you stand for and what your radio station stands for, and the message you bring across. I think it's important people just see me as face value, die besige meisie met die besige lewe, you know. But having conversations like these, real conversations like these, actually shows people that ek is ook daar 'n mens. Nou en dan 'n bietjie ordentlike mens, loud but ordentlik.
And that's what we spoke about the last time you were on the show.
Yes.
But yeah, just for those that don't really know where you are, and I'm not sure if you touched on that, you know, where you're from and what happened. Like, if you can give me a summary of the last 10 years.
I think most of the viewers already know it's been a extremely traumatic 10 years of my life. From health scares to prison to being trafficked and all of that. So it's been a roller coaster, and yeah, I can truly say that I've built my life to what it is now, irrespective of everything that's been happening. Yeah, I've just kept looking forward and just hoped and prayed that God knows the direction van ek het geen benul want ons nou gaan.
That's amazing. So yeah, because you mentioned earlier that you love having real conversations, and because we stand on that as our slogan, as our tagline, real conversations with real people.
Yeah.
Today, I just want us to touch and see, what you've been doing lately, but mostly you are working with young people, girls especially.
Yeah, and quite a few guys actually now that's also involved.
Yes.
I think the stereotype regarding pageantry and modeling and has gone beyond just it being feminist. We're on a space now where males can authentically stand and say, I'm a male model.
Okay.
So yeah, my space has now grown into both male, females, young, old. I've got variety.
Did you, from the beginning, start with the mentoring part, with behavior in public and corporate, mindset? Was it like that for you from the beginning, or was it something like, okay, I just want to teach them how to walk on a runway?
Yeah.
But then halfway you were like, okay, kom ek help ek met maniertjies en met it beyond it.
I think honestly, the reason why I started it wasn't just to teach these young people how to walk on the runway. I wanted a safe space for the youth to be able to, express themselves and just have conversations. And I think if I had someone that I could have a real conversation with in my life, and an older figure that could advise me as to where I'm going wrong, what I'm doing, I think my life would have been different. And I think that is the actual reason why I did this. It wasn't just about the runway and the thing about pageantry and modeling, it brings out an inner part of you that is so difficult for you to unleash. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah, so that's what I use. I use that inner part and that inner being, and then try and pull authenticity from there, because it's great. I can wear makeup, I can put lashes on, and I can look pretty, but from the inside, what am I really going through?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to get at as well.
Yeah.
Does this mean that were there moments where you couldn't handle something that a child comes to you with? Are they on a level where they are vulnerable enough to?
Most definitely. I have intimate conversations with these girls and guys every day of my life. I get phone calls at 1:00 in the morning saying, Auntie Sam, so I've built such an amazing relationship with them that I'm always there. I always want them to know that I've got their back, and we'll be able to speak about anything, irrespective of how difficult it is for them to share it. And I think the importance is that relationship building that I've done with these kids.
And I think that's the most important thing. What is the beautiful thing about the parents entrusting you with these children?
The moms phone me and then they're like, praat net met die kind toe, van ek is nou moeg. Vat die phone, praat met haar, van ek gaan haar doodmaak. And then they literally give me the phone. Wow. And I'm like, dude, what's happening? So the parents are seeing a difference in the kids. The schools are seeing difference in the kids. And ideally, I always say to myself that if I can make a difference in one person's life, then I've done my part, because it causes a ripple effect. I will always remember that one person that came into my life and changed it for the good. And I will try and do that for someone else. And then someone else will do it for someone else and someone else. And at the end of the day, we're all making a difference, but you don't even notice it because it's part of your nature. Yeah. I put a post on my Instagram the other day that said that if I come into contact with someone, I don't want them to see makeup, beauty, model, Sam, the person. I want them to feel Sam. It needs to be a connection that I know that I've made a mark, and not physically, but emotionally.
Sure.
And that carries much more value to me than someone saying, "Yassie, my hairstyle is the mooiste kind." Don't tell my sister that, So I'm in over bell.
Something I want to ask you is, you've been in the business for quite a while. Like, when was the first time, what age were you? The first time you tried this out?
Sure, I think I was like 16, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably sooner than that, because when we were in primary school, I was part of this group, the Spice Girls, that we were dancing for. Yeah, Goede like.
Yeah.
So prior to that too.
Funny enough, yesterday when I was thinking about this shoot, the first thing that came up was, how am I going to ask you, or how am I going to structure the question? As dinge like a ding for you, like something like that.
Dinge like a ding, as a ding for me. I think I'm at a point where it's not even goede like, it's goede like now for me.
Yeah,
I'm on that point
are you
now.
Like on the other side of it already?
I think so.
Yeah. Coming back now?
I'm hoping so.
All right. So what I wanted to ask you, when I asked you when you started, you've been in the business for a while. Before you went and say, I want to now do how somebody helped me in the past. Is there something that you are trying to change for the good or for the better of the next generation compared to what you were taught while in the business, and when people introduced it to you, and you always told yourself exality because it can hurt the next generation as a community?
I think that was the biggest challenge for me, because when I started in the industry, it was very racially dominant.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an incident at a pageant in Krugersdorp where the lady wanted to put makeup on my knees because she said my kniekoppe is te donker om op die stage te klim met haar rok. And I was like, ek skrap my ma se vloer. So I'm here being me. And I think all of that just made me doubt in me being me, you know. And I wanted to stop that. Yeah. I feel that authentically you racially should not be an aspect.
Yeah.
Ons moet kan wees wie ons is, irrespective of wat die kleur ons is, you know. And I wanted to be a coach in such an aspect that people like that don't diminish you. I had a heavy clawback after that I stopped entering pageants in the white areas, if I can put it that way, because of just one person saying that to me.
Sure.
But when I returned back to my coach that time, and mind you, my coach was white.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, you get what I'm saying? It was such a touch and go situation for me. But when I returned to her, and she looked at me and she said, do you think you're good enough? And I was like, I don't know anymore. And she said, well, if you don't, there's the door.
Wow.
But if you do, I will help you. And I think that just hit a spot where mense gaan maar sê wat hulle wil.
Yeah.
You know, people will always talk, irrespective of how good you do or how bad you do, you know. And when she said those words to me, and it just resonated, and it said, Sam, gooi die anders in 'n box, maak toe die box, beheer die box, and focus on you. And that's what I did.
And it's not like you were hiding stuff. She just tried to help you.
Yes.
Not focus on that.
Yes.
You might have dealt with it in your way.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is also, sometimes you need that tough love. You know, it's so easy for us to sit in a corner and say, oh, Jeretjie, ek gaan maar nou vaag hier die mense sê nou goed van my. And then 3 years pass by and you're still sitting in the same corner.
Come on.
And people have moved on. Because it's easier for you to feel sorry for yourself than to man up, face it, and challenge it.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. It's easy to get in that corner and say, ek gaan maar ook nie weer nie, los maar alles, you know. But the challenging part is getting up, getting yourself ready, and showing up.
We have this thing where just because we have set a standard for ourselves, and the 2 or 3 people loved what you're doing.
Yeah.
Without being honest enough with you.
Yes.
Now you think everybody should just accept you.
Yes.
I'm a living witness of that.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I'm doing so many things, and there's people that told me, "Hey, lost my day, lost my day."
Yeah.
Understand? So I had to also navigate myself through
around it.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing. The one thing that I like about what where you find yourself and what you do is because you went through so much, even before the prison situation, you went through so much until you got married and so on. What has kept you all this time up until now? Is there something that you always fall back on? What's the English? Crema? Back to?
Back to, yeah.
Something like that. Where, like a motivational line that you learned in your early years, that you saw somewhere. Het jy internet gehad en jy dink?
Ek het toen nou nie. Ek dink nou reeds mooi het ons gegoogeld. Hy het ook kyk ons nog vir Dragon Ball Z en vir Powerpuff Girls en ja, I was a victim. Ja.
Wat gespeel buite? Wat het julle gespeel? Blikkies?
Ons het blikkies gespeel. But that was the fun times. Ja. And then 4 o'clock, street lights, then everybody's like, mense kom sang ek gaan Dragon Ball Z, ons kom nou, sorry, los die bola, ek ken los die bol, maak hem weer, hy blik vast hier aan nie, jy was daar, jy staan, you know. So there was no time actually for Googling, but those are the good days. Sure. But to get to your question, you know, I can't even, there's not a specific thing that I can say that, you know, pulls me back to focus, because as hyper as I am, as insane, I have extreme off days.
Oh.
And I do.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of times where you post something on Instagram and it doesn't hit like you need it to hit. And then it's like, okay, wat nou? Miskien moet ek hy moesie uithaal. Mense like hierdie moesie nie. Ons sit die moesie aan die ander kant. Ons sit die moesie aan die ander kant, you know. But not just because of Instagram or whatnot, but it's mentally challenging
I think
to
it's a
just
creative thing.
yeah. I was gonna say that to you as well.
No, I know it.
There's times where I wake up and I'm like, moet ek nou weer coach, nah?
Yeah.
And then you hit blank because you've got 60 students, 60 different ramps you need to coach, and then you're like, oh, frick, you know. But you get to those points. But like I said to you on the previous show, there's a quote that I live by now that says that Charles Swindoll uses, and he says that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. So if your reaction's going to be over the top and whatnot, then that's how your life's going to be. But on those days, I sit back, I phone my sister. It's my it's my PowerPoint die.
Yes.
And then she's like, fix yourself, fix your life. Let's go. We got this. And then we pick it up again.
Sure.
Difficult, because a lot of people look at me and say, ja, maar dit kom makkelijk vir haar. Sy kan maar net. Jy sê weer op 'n video met so easy. Jy sê weer op 'n video met, you know. But it takes a lot, and that's what I wanna say. That's why I love the show, because it's real talk, and I get it. I get how difficult it is to sustain your business. I get how difficult it is to sustain the marriage while you're trying to juggle the business, while you're trying to juggle this. You know, it's insane.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing in the finances that I used to in my corporate job.
Yeah.
So there'll always be that to or fro between Gavin and I with regards to, is this thing worth it?
Sure.
Because as much as I've got all the following and I'm doing all of this, there's no tangible financial payment to it. So now it's building name.
And it takes more because you're traveling to places.
Exactly.
You need-
Exactly. So the building of the name and getting to where you want to be is dailier as vir die swaarste. Van I think jy moet hom nog optel en nog verder sit en optel. You know, and people don't understand that once you on the ladder, jy kan nie afklim nie. En hy stukkie wat jy nou opgeklim het, you have to break off to rebuild the ladder. So it's easier said than los maar net alles.
Wow.
You can't. There's nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do. If I don't keep pushing forward, then what?
Awful.
And that's
It's
it.
like I'm speaking to myself.
Ja.
Ons is in die
Ons is aan so. Jy roei hierdie kant om, ek roei daardie kant om.
Ek moet ook net 'n sister kry wat my PowerPoint is.
Okay.
Sodat ek die presentation ook reg kan
Okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I can loan you. Say charge bietjie heavy, maar ja, it's okay.
I'm trying to respect you in this moment because I really want you to mostly identify the real thing. Somewhere, somehow, at least just open up somewhere, because it sounds like you got hurt.
Because you, after divorce, you found happiness. And then for this person, divorce is not the way.
How do we bring that back to the question?
The question was... What was the question again?
What was the question?
This is immense.
What made you respond the way you responded at some point towards the church?
Things were not...
Like, I'm not asking why you're not believing in God, but for some way.
The whole
But the way
the
you
religion.
like there was a problem. Did somebody say something to you or what happened? How did your husband handle this? He's a bit lighter in complexion. Was he accepted much better than you were in certain circles?
Many times students will get to my door
Yeah.
in the office and they're like, we like to speak to Sonia first. I'm like, I'm Sonia first.
I can imagine.
I was stuck in a moment of rejection. I was like running around that. I was rejected by my parents. I was rejected by my parents. You know, and I was walking around with that face card all the time. It was the best decision because while coaching others, I just still found my healing.
Hoe het jou lewe gekom dat het vandaag is wat het is?
Okay, what happened in 2016? Wat ek geleerd het en laat my klaar kom toegooi. Meeste van die mense in toekom dat het klaar condolences gestuur van my familie.
Ja.
Hoe jammer hulle is.
Ja.
Hulle het 'n kind verloor. Die ambulance, hulle moes nou confirm. If you are dead.
Yes.
En toe die paramedics kom sê hulle nee man, as nog gepols.
Man.
En ek word toe, jy weet, ingeraad hospitaal toe.
Ja.
Uit die hospitaal het na ek gedischarged word, stuur hulle my polistasie toe.
Ja.
Aan de police guard. En na die police guard kom ek weer buite en luister nog steeds weer nie.
You've had a lot of real people out there that has said some things to you. You got inboxes at some point. Samantha try nou die cover met die sê nou besig, sy moet relax, sy moet by haar huis bly.
Yeah, it's true.
Where have you been ever since you've heard that? Did it slow you down a little bit?
Honestly, it's a moeilike enetjie. It's a difficult one because as much as you're trying to be a better person for your kids, for your husband, for your family, and not constantly wanting to remind yourself, ja, maar jy was daar, you know, you've been a year away, en nou is jy nog steeds op 'n pad, op 'n move, you know. But the sad part to that story was it was people that you actually thought was in your corner. That made comments such as that. But that's okay because everybody's entitled to their opinion. And some people feel that, miskien moes sy net gechill het and, you know, refocus her life on her kids, which I did.
Housewife.
Yeah, housewife, you know, die kniek op 'n swarter maak type of thing, you know. Die mense weet ek het 'n mop nie, maar dat is okay. Ja, maar hy is wat jy so zroep. Anyway, ja.
Wat was het? Dit is op TV dat jaar in die oggend.
Very Mark. Welcome to Very Mark. Call the number below.
Ja, dan lig dit jou eers werk nie. Jy is sommer net gebore en dan kom hulle met hulle se wat nie speel dit. Maar ja.
Yeah, so it's just, it is what it is. People will have their opinions and I don't think criticism should be taken negatively all the time.
Okay.
I had people coming to me and saying, kry kalmte, hou asem, jy gaan omneek, or I see you are trying to cover it up too much. And I respected that because people came to me and they like, miskien moet jy net bietjie chill because dit lyk nou vir die mense jy cover up. And I was like, thank you for the opinion and thank you for advising me what die mense dink. But this is my way of dealing with what I'm feeling. Allow me just the space to deal with what I need to deal with.
Okay.
A lot of the times it was, you know, I need to get my life back in order.
Okay.
I need to get back to where we were. I need to. That was the structure. That was the strategy. I need to. And then when I got to a point where, what does Sam want to do? The need tos started disappearing. It started cancelling each other out. It started because
I want to ask you, okay.
Yeah, because as much as people saw that sy's nou baie besig, that was at that point the desire for Sam to get back on track.
Okay.
Magidson. Yeah. So emotionally, that was the method I used to deal with what I went through and what I am about to face. Because honestly, what I've been through is niks in vergelyking met hier kom 'n ding. Because the hier komme ding is much more difficult to handle than where I've been. Because now it's opinions, now it's, I have to rebuild my family, I have to, you understand what I'm saying? So, waar ek was as child's play.
Sure.
When I got out, it was like, yo, pamudimo. And I worde.
Yeah,
Klaar.
in the because you actually answered what I wanted to ask you. Like, wasn't it unhealthy for you to deal with it like that? But you said, okay, you did find yourself halfway through the whole thing, saying, why am I doing this? Because that's everything that we do. Why are we doing what we're doing? And I think in my personal experience, I also relaxed more. I didn't go into my comfort zone. As you can see, I've been building the same brain. But I relaxed more. Thank you, man.
Okay, sorry, let's focus.
Okay. Gelukkig is daar genoeg lucht. And you relax, you start realizing that, okay, why am I doing this? You understand? And you want things to grow, you want your following to grow. And coming back to what you mentioned about the income, you understand? It's nie makkelijk nie. But the thing is, it should be from here. And why do you think people have a tendency to do that?
It's the easy way out. You know, Blom and I, Alicia, she does that. Sy verkoop my sorry koeke en alles. Licious Streets. Shout out to Licious Streets. Mense as julle wil koek hê, daar my chommy, gaan julle the numbers on the screen below. We had a conversation about that, and because she's in business and I'm in business, and it's important that you align yourself with like-minded people. So when these that are not aligned in the same mind come and say what they want to say, you go back to the alignment and you say, Choma, wat nou? And she says, las jy nou 4 uur in traffic sit, dan sê ek nou, Choma. So...
And it's not about the traffic.
No, it's not at all.
It's your traffic hier binne.
Yes, exactly. And we had this conversation, we're like, maar het gaan so makkelijker is. Let's just go back to work. Los die goede van entrepreneur. Is nie vir ons nie, And I think she's been like, hey, focus, we got this. What do you need? Where do you need it? And that is why I'm saying it's so important to align yourself with like-minded people. She knows the struggle, I know the struggle. So as I message oppop en ek sê, Choma, die krachtbox sê 2, dan sê sy, boom. Because she understands how difficult it is to get there and to sustain yourself to be there. But ons werk hard. You work hard and you do what you have to do. Yeah.
And you work twice as hard compared to sitting in traffic and having a 9 to 5.
Yeah, most definitely.
I spoke to someone and I said there was a time where I was looking forward to sleeping late when I was in corporate.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, dat maakt me wakker 12 in the night.
Wat is slaap?
I need to finish that project.
Yeah. Wat is
slaap? You can't. It's impossible. It's so... And I realized... I never had an issue with, because ek het al gesê, I don't want to go look for a job when, as jy mos uit matriek het kom. Almal doen aansoek vir polisie, correctional service.
Yes.
Nou is daar nagskof
betrokke. Ambulance. En
and I was like, no, ek soek nie nagskof.
Jy kan nie nog nagskof hê, jy sukkel klaar met deur die dag wakker te bly.
And now that I'm running a business, no specific, maar dit was nie daai nie. I think it was something in me telling me that, maar jy gaan slapelose nagte hê.
Most definitely.
But wanneer jou mind of wanneer jy reg geposition is.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing that we miss.
Yeah.
I think me and Lady Sonia also spoke about it. When you're wrongly positioned, did you ever feel like that at some point in your life?
All the time. In
your business or
before
you started?
No, I mean in corporate and where I was working. Mense ek sê nou nie gaan los julle werk nie. Nee, kry nou net kalmte. Laat ons nou net mooi mekaar verstaan. It's just it has to, it's something inside of you that just, I was forced into a situation where I had to do what I'm doing. I think I always felt out of place. It was just, coming to work en ek altyd besig met ander goede. Like nie werkie. Ek is besig met ander goede. Wat eens die werk, that's how it was. And I started just doing my job because ek gaan betaal word. So jy moet net aangaan.
Yeah, because you pay bills.
Yeah. But all the time. I felt out of place all the time.
Yeah.
I was called to the boardroom by my manager once. Sy sê vir my, ek dink nie die rokkie is appropriate vir die werk nie. Die tyd my rokkies hier oor my kniekoppe. All my tights is to, because I was always that person. Yeah. And I couldn't understand, like, is she just picking on me? Who say like my maar nie?
I thought you were going to go to the fact that you wanted to leave the business. Now you're not dressing appropriately.
Not at all.
I thought it's something
it was just always me being on top of things all the time. Ek glo, if you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
And it will show on your work.
Yeah.
En dis maar hoe ek was. En maar ek was gereeld geroep as hy skoene nie te hoog gegaan. Die bolas nou weer nie genoeg, ja.
It's te veel.
Kry net kalmte.
Like you've always been like this. I've known you for 10 years now. But obviously you've always been altyd mense naar gemaak van die begin af.
Altyd. Dan weet ek eens hoor.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just been because of my overwhelming personality that people mistake for.
But do you think you're too much sometimes? Do you realize it in the moment or afterwards?
I don't know. I think ek het bietjie baie kalmte gekry. Ek word mos nou ouer en I'm a mom and stuff. So ek het nou 'n bietjie kalmte gekry. Het ek nie kalmte gekry nie. Yeah, honestly speaking, I do. There's sometimes where I do tend to be a bit too over the top. And then when I step back, read the room and then understand, okay, this nie die kind of vibe nie.
Wow.
Calm down.
Wow.
And then reapproach. But dimming my light for someone what my nie like is.
What makes you feel? What's the reason that you feel like that? What because obviously you have set a certain standard towards a person that says it or that you overhear it from. Wat maak dat jy so voel?
Ek weet nie.
Wow, jy weet
Dis
nie.
net iets wat my trigger om te sê, okay,
Vir wat is ek dan goed genoeg?
yes.
Oh.
Yes. If everybody else is saying this, have you been pretending all the time?
Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Want jy is aan die een wat gesê het, ja, yes. Yes, you got this.
And in some cases they were like, "Ons gaan nie as Samantha nie saam gaan nie."
Yeah.
Now the same person comes
And then it's like,
okay.
everybody's entitled to their opinion.
definitely,
Everybody is, as you will, it says it, but let's deal with it and move on. And I think after I dealt with it, I could then step in and say, ma, okay. I'm at a point now where I don't even think about it. It's no net. I've dealt with it. I have to move on.
Was baie teleurgesteld in myself as 'n ma. Ek slat vir julle en ek waar jy nou nie weer baas slat ek slat hom.
Die seerste wat ek gehad het is dat hy matriekse uitslae gekry het en toe kan hy dit nie saam met kon steel nie.
Ek het in die stort gestaan en daai oggend kom dit iets oor my en ek sê Here, vandag gee ek Pernille oor aan U. Mold hom soos jy hom wil hê.
This video brings attention to the realities and challenges faced by families dealing with substance abuse, helping to educate the public about its impact, making it more relatable, and fostering empathy among viewers.
Ek het al die ways aan gedink om jou dood te maak. Ek het die plakkie. Ek wil die bloed aan my hande hê nie.
We are actively seeking sponsorship to support our weekly prison visits, outreach travel, food drives, and rehabilitation drop-offs. Every partnership helps us reach another life, another family, another future. Because behind every addict is a soul worth saving. Helping the Next Addict Foundation, restoring lives, rebuilding hope. You are an actress, you've done a lot of things, and you have tried new things, and one of them was when I was scrolling through my social media, I saw a Standard Bank advert.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, VSD, wat so bekend.
Ek ken toch die mensie. You know?
And you look so different from the screen compared to knowing you understand. And,
You're not the only one though. Let me just tell you, my cousin's wife said the same thing. We were at a party and she's like, Sam, ek hoor die advert. Ek ken die stem.
Yeah.
Ek kyk dit dan ek sê, nee. Nee. Then she went to her husband. As it say? And he's like, yeah. Nee. You know, so it's not just you.
That's a beautiful one. Are you still trying to prove that you are okay? Or has this now helped you calm down and say, okay, I think it's fine. I'm just waiting on God to just do things?
I think I hit that point long time ago. For almal anders like it, ja, sy's besig. Because I mean, last year my life was like, besig. I mean, I came from Portugal, and then from Portugal we went to Nepal, and then from Nepal. So it was up and down. Last year was a year of travel and a year of, getting to know new people and just developing myself. I'm just grasping every opportunity that I get. This weekend I was I was the lead actress for our short film that we were shooting. And I said something on my status yesterday, and I said, God places us in a situation that stretches us purposefully. And if I don't grab that with both hands, dan sit 'n klap in sy gesig vir hom. Like I've been praying, God, give me opportunities, give me. And now that they give, no wil ek nou, because people are saying, jy's te besig. And it's not even that. I've dealt with how to cope with what I've been through. Now, I'm building.
Yes.
En het jy al 'n bouer gesien wat rus en kap, rus en kap, rus en kap? Ja, jy kan nie wil gaan rus nou. Laat ek waai nou 10 minute, nou kom hy weer kap. No, because exactly. And because of the space that I'm in and what I do, people won't be familiar with the pace in which I need to do it. Because jy kyk van die buitekant af. So nou lyk my pace vinnig vir jou. But because of the industry I'm in, some people are asking me, hoekom beweeg jy so stadig? Like, who are you waiting for? Because people that are in the industry knows, jy slappy, jy don't, you do, and that's just the thing. So perspective comes from different sides and each to their own.
That's true.
But I'm building. I'm past the point where I am now, Jeriki. I'm now at a point where daai cement raak droog, ek moet nou kap. And as I'm building,
And you still have to keep, make sure that you're not arrogant in a bad
way.
But you're confident enough to build. Something that I'm thinking of now while you're talking, mense het vir my gesê, met sekere podcast that I had in the past, I started in 2017 with the first one. Pastor Tommy was my first guest geweest op my talk show op YouTube.
Dankie oom Oprah. Oom Oprah Winfrey. Winfrey.
So now whenever I have conversations with people that have different opinions about a lot of things, dan sal mense vir my vra, die mense jy nie gesê, die persoon is maar nie lekker, of die persoon gaan deur 1 to 3 and 4, verstaan jy? And so on. So now, coming to you, and I know it's just people that you know, especially in your community, in and around Randfontein where you grew up. Dink jy daar is dalk 'n siek wat ons moet, we need to really work on that as a community, where people say things just because they know where you're coming from, because
dink hulle ken jou.
Somebody else that is in the same competition with you, but they never went to prison, they never had issues with
hijacked trafficked,
but they are running on the same pace. No word hy gesien as the Lord is using her, but now because we know yours, now we're trying to look for some. Maybe not look for something. I'm not nullifying how people feel about what they said about you, but I'm just saying, why should that be the thing?
Pastor Tommy had preaching about mense raak te gemaklik. Now they don't see you as the value that God has installed in you. Because ek kenan, that preaching hit so deep, because he says, in the preaching he says, mense kyk kom as, ja maar ek en hieraan saam gedrink, hoe kan jy my nou kom sê van die Here? Ek en hieraan saam gegroef, hoe kan jy nou vir my kom sê? Because they devalue the anointing you have on you, because of they think, omdat ons saam die goed gedoen het, now you know me, or you've seen me go through this, now you know me. So it is, this common for mense om te sê, I mean, if someone from social media is to come from Stairs Artists and come to Tukis and it's like, yo, says he, you know.
Yeah.
But yet Sam is also there, but no one acknowledges that. It always happens. Dit is maar wat het is. That's why people go and go preach in other communities because they feel value. Van mense ken my nie, nou kan ek maar nou gooi soos ek wil, you know, type of thing. But it's not supposed to be that way. I always come back to the community. We had a project that we had to do for Stairs Artists as well. And when they said to me that they need cultural dancers, ek het nie twee gedink nie. I picked up the phone, I called Toekomsrus Primary and I said, I'm using you guys and your cultural dancers to be on TV for the show that we're hosting. Because I always sow back to the community. Wow. And I've picked up that het maak nie saak wat die ander binne sê nie.
Yeah.
What matters is your heart. Because if I'm sowing now, Milano and them will reap the benefits if it's not my time. But if God allows the time en die huis is klaar gebou, dan sit hy die dak op die mansion and then I sit back and say, all to your glory.
Yeah. I think I've also put it in a short film that you're part of. Wat you know, if I know say, I think you are worse than me. Mense sien jou kar ry en alles, ek is in jou op ookie wat nou nog drugs gebruik. But the difference here is just because you can hide it better than I do. And I think that is the difference tussen ons.
Yes.
Ek myself,
it's so true.
Ek het nie 'n ding waar ek in die tronk was of wat nie. But there's something that I'm still struggling with. Just because I found a way to, because I know what society will do.
That's it.
With me.
And now you've built the shield. You know how to hold up the shield. And the thing is also, ons almal, like you're saying, everybody sees things differently. So the anointings are different like op ander mense. Some people might say, ja maar, die wat Sam doen is niks ge-anointing nie. Yo, I must tell you, wag voor ek kom. So I've got this drag queen that I'm now coaching.
Okay.
And
what is a drag queen?
A drag queen is a man that dresses on fully as a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, and performs as a woman on stage and pageants and competitions. So she goes full out. She, you know, actually adds the implants. They actually add the implants. They add the hips. They hide everything that needs to be hidden, and they truly transform into a woman. So you won't even see that it's a man.
All right.
You know, and so now that you know, the amount of backlash I got. Sy roep haarself 'n vrou van die Here on my Instagram inboxes, maar sy coach for them. And I stepped back and I was like, yo, you know, it did raffle me because when they approached me, I was like, is this going to be in alignment with my brand? Is this going to be in alignment with what I stand for, with what I'm trying to portray young people to be? You know, am I saying it's okay? What if Milano turns out like this? What if Mateo? Am I allowing it because I'm allowing them in a space where they see this? You know, so all of that was going through my mind, like, step back, you know what, red flag, boom, boom. And then I got the inboxes and everyone was like, hey, you know. And then I took a breather. And I just stepped back from my mind. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I stepped back from my mind. And I Googled what a coach is. A coach is someone that enhances your abilities. So whatever you're doing, netball, whatever, they enhance that talent and ability. It does not say based on the decisions that you have made. Why am I putting myself in a situation? Because it's a decision that they have made to be where they are. My job is to get a better version of you, irrespective of who you want to be or think you are. My job as your coach is to motivate you into being a better you. And I thought,
There's such a thin line because no one
Yeah.
you're still encouraging something
Yes.
that the church does not want. But
Exactly. But how do I then draw that line and say I can't coach you because of you being you? But I'm telling everybody else I can make the best version of you that you can be.
Oh, answer.
So it was a difficult decision to make, but I've decided to continue coaching them because at the end of the day, ons almal wil so besluite maak vir almal. Like jy gaan die antwoord gaan gee in die hemel in for someone else. You know, so we're so consumed with what's happening around us and with people around us that jy moet nou notes maak because as jy daar in die hemel inkom en jy nou sê ja maar brein was daar nou daar en gesiggie was nou daar so jy kan nie vir my sê nie. And I've learned that the sooner you move away from that consumption, the better. I am not going to have to give an answer for the decisions that they have made where they are. But if I'm in a position to be able to bring the word and encourage them, you know what, maybe, you know.
Yes.
Why not? I think God brings people in your life for purpose.
That's so true.
And you never know what the purpose will be if you put them out of your life even before you started. I'm worried about you losing you in this entire process.
Josh, you've earned it. It comes with more responsibility, of course.
Is jy ernstig?
So hoekom wil jy my judge omdat ek my pen kan wegsteek soos jy nie?
Ek sê dan hou hom vir my. Gaan soek hom.
Sê net vir my een ding. Wat van jou suster se toekoms? Lisa, tell me.
Lisa,
but
you promised.
Did all this make you feel some kind of way about the church in general, not about Jesus and your relationship with the Holy Spirit and how you do things? Het jy al gevoel dan wil ek nie tussen mense wees because jy weet nie hoe dink even these that you but met jou smile by die keer you don't even know how they feel about it but just because they didn't inbox you yet. Het jy enige way gedink dat
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
That's how much you're not allowing this to.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Because if I'm going to allow this to consume my mind and what I do, then I am not visually seeing the end goal and the bigger picture God has for me.
Beautiful.
Because these are just stepping stones. These are just, pieces that's adding to the ladder that I need to climb. And as ek nie die kan handle nie, what's going to happen if God sends the numbers or the many or the, so you need to be able to deal with it. And it strategically, it came the right time because I needed to deal with it.
It's difficult, man, because you're trying your level best to be the right person for the right opportunity. En dan gaan het altijd lijken of je opportunist wil wees or using, goed wat nie soos die Here lyk nie, moenie daaraan gaan nie. It's a difficult thing, you understand? I heard somebody saying on YouTube on a conversation, the one said Hollywood is 1, 2, 3 and 4 in terms of say satanic moves and alles. And the other one was a pastor came back and said, but there's nothing wrong with it as long as you understand where you are. So now, no sit ons nou met hy twee. And I'm not going to say, well, ek is met dit and so on.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you an idea of the struggle that we have. And I really want, I hope somebody can come on the show so that we talk
We can have this conversation,
You see what I'm saying?
because it's moeilik. Ons minds moet ook shift met die dimensions wat ons nou inshift. And it's important because all our life we've been taught about discernment. And as jy regtig in die gees is, discernment will speak. Jy kan hom hoe ignore. Hy gaan jou oor die ore slaan. Hy gaan jou, you're going to have nightmares, you're going to have dreams. But if you're not really in the spirit, then jy gaan maak net maak as jy wil. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with being in the limelight and being God. There's nothing wrong with, look at our former Miss SA, Demi. I was watching a video of her. And she won Miss Universe as well. And she's so deeply rooted in Christ that you can see that everything that she's been through in her life is alignment. It's purpose. And mense gaan maar sê, yes, but I feel that everything that I've been through and everything that is happening in my life is alignment, it's purpose.
Ja,
En
ja.
ek wil die purpose mis omdat iemand se mind shift nog nie in onze dimension is nie.
I spoke to one of my mentors and I said, you know, I don't have issues with my 16-year-old son. I'm sometimes just worried about where it can go because dit kan nou lyk of hulle innocent is. you
Ja.
understand? And then tomorrow something can happen
Yep.
in their mind en dan shift dit.
Ja.
En dan kom hulle by 'n punt waar jy like, die lady was aan nog
Hy was aan nou net fine.
en hier's nou met die ander ons en alles. En he said to me, but Brian, we teach them to love people.
Ja.
In spite of where they come from.
Yeah. I think it's so important that we understand your upbringing is crucial. As ek my kinders reg groot gemaak het, then I shouldn't be worried. Because I know what values I've installed in them. I know what character I've installed in them. I'm at that point. I think my mom has done a tremendous job. Not just my mom, but my dad's family and my family that raised me. Because ek kon ook net daar gesit het en my vergaan het. You know, because of the traumatic experience I had. But building myself because my mindset and my character and who I am has been the fondasie is so deep. There's no way for me to fall over to this, fall over to that, fall over to that. So that's exactly what I use. Even when I'm coaching the girls, I always tell them that the foundation that I'm laying now is going to set you up for your future. I'm not your future. I'm foundationing your future for you because I am not the purpose. Ek is die stepping stone, soos jy die stepping stone in my life is.
So now let's quickly finish this with this because onze conversation kan lang aangaan.
Ons kan die hele dag praat.
Ek moet sê ek het so baie geleer.
Okay, thank you.
Ons het al chats gehad, but vandag se was nogal amazing.
Thank you.
Without even, you know, ons prepare ons maar onsself, jy ken die host moet nou altyd lyk of jy verstaan en jy weet wat aangaan, but you can't do research on this. This is like a real talk moment.
That's it.
And we learn from what we are saying
That's
to
it.
each other.
And we learn from each other. And that's crucial. I think over the 10 years that we know each other, mense sal nie verstaan nie. This is a weird situation. A situationship.
As regtig 'n
situationship.
Because ons skel mekaar meer as
yes, yeah.
En this is weird.
But,
is regtig weird.
But that's good because I have my off days where you'll say, hey, fix your face, you know, and then you'll have those days where I say, Nia man, I'll ask them, let's go.
So now you are now a finalist.
Yes.
Tell us about this and do you need any support or like are you fine? Do you need,
so
yeah.
Menses.
Okay.
I've taken off the pageant shoes and I've now decided to do something that's more aligned with who I am, I think. I don't know, I'm learning a lot. So I've joined the Star Starters team. It is a TV presenting search competition where they empower young women and actually teach us about TV and productions. And I must tell you how much I've learned from the show so far. And we've only had 3 meetings. And it's been a wave of information and empowerment and encouragement. And it's just been fabulous.
So all these levels of media and the industry that you're going into, what can you say to somebody that might relate with your story? They might sit there watching and thinking, I felt like that 5 years ago and I gave up on everything, but now I hear a different side of somebody that never gave up. What can you tell that person?
It's never too late.
Powerful.
It's never too late. That is the best advice I can give, is that just do it. Soos Nike say. Irrespective of what life has thrown at you, just go out there and do what you need to do. You know, the important thing that I've learned since the last time we've spoken was align yourself. You cannot build this house by yourself. Jy nodig iemand wat kan pleister, jy nodig 'n electrician, jy nodig 'n plumber, jy nodig iemand wat weet van sealing. But take note that those people that you need, hulle is vir die bouing van die huis. So they are aligned in the goal that we are all reaching for. Jy kan nie 'n ballerina kry om electrician se job te doen nie because our vision's not aligned in building the house. So align yourself with people that are within the vision, that is within the space that you want for yourself. As it is dat ons moet workshops gaan doen, if you need to get up and make a few calls, Google when is the SABC having workshops, because they do these things. If you want to go in presenting, find out if you want to do air hosting, find out where are the workshops that you can attend, but you have to firstly equip yourself. You can't sit there and say, ja, maar ek wil, terwyl jy daar, ja, maar ek wil. Siri, Google, because we can all do that now. Yeah. So, equip yourself and then align yourself with like-minded. Ons dink altyd almal is op ons kant, but they not. If your alignment for like-minded people is in Soweto of in waar, then drive. Klim 'n Uber, get in a taxi, meet for coffee. Ons klaar bly van, ons sien op Facebook die mense drink weer duur koffies en die mense is weer, and then it's not even that. Is 'n gou wimpie koffie, me and you, waar ons R20 gespend het, but the conversation we having about, that's the thing. Hoekom kan ons nie die trein vat Sandton toe nie? Why can't we get on the Gautrain to Sandton and go have a coffee there? Nou sit en klaar jy van, jy drink nou nie koffie in Sandton, die Sam is nou weer in Sandton, en meanwhile het ek 'n R20 koffie in my hand by an expensive restaurant just to debrief or have a conversation with someone like-minded as myself, because I'm willing to drive the Gautrain to Sandton because my vision and my goal and my dreams is greater than just, there where I'm at now.
Welcome to B-Flix, your gateway to inspiring stories and meaningful conversations. Dive into a world of creativity and growth with our collection of short films, real-life documentaries, and engaging podcast episodes. Whether you're looking for personal inspiration, entertainment, or a deeper understanding of life journeys, B-Flix has something for everyone. Visit our website at www.bflix.co.za to explore our content library and subscribe for more updates. You can also connect with us on Facebook at B-Flix Live. Start your adventure with B-Flix, where stories come to life. Okay, guys, I just want to thank you for watching today. I had to come to this side because it's so lang gepraat. The main camera is off. But thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share the link. Asseblief man, we need more of you guys to come on board so that we can release more content like this. If you liked it, or just share your comment in the comment section. Be real asseblief. Ons gaan nie, yes, ons reël met mekaar. And I want to thank my guest for today. So bless you. Thank you so much. See you on the next episode.